What if I told you that Satan was expelled from paradise because of humanity, yet today he quietly lives inside the human heart? This single thought is unsettling, uncomfortable, and deeply personal. It forces us to stop scrolling, stop blaming the world, and stop pointing fingers outward. Because the real question is not about Satan's past. The real question is about our present. If paradise could not tolerate arrogance, pride, and rebellion, how did the heart, the most sacred space within a human being, become a place where those very qualities feel a home? Take a moment and sit with that question, not to answer it quickly, but to feel it. Because this reflection from Sufi wisdom was never meant to be decorative language. It was meant to awaken something dormant inside us. Satan did not fall because he lacked belief in God. He fell because he refused humility. He chose ego over obedience. And that choice removed him from a place of eternal peace. Now ask yourself honestly, how often does ego speak louder than humility in your own life? And when it does, who do you think is benefiting from that voice? The heart was never created to be neutral territory. It is not an empty room waiting to be filled by chance. The heart is always occupied, either by awareness or by distraction, either by humility or by pride, either by truth or by illusion. There is no third option. And Satan understands this better than anyone. He does not need to overpower the heart. He only needs to distract it. He only needs to delay reflection. He only needs to whisper that tomorrow is guaranteed. Think about how easily the heart drifts, not toward obvious destruction, but toward small compromises. A little arrogance here, a little envy there, a little resentment that feels justified, a little negligence that feels harmless. None of these arrive announcing themselves as darkness. They arrive wearing the disguise of reason. And slowly, without noticing, the heart becomes crowded with noise. And when the heart is noisy, truth struggles to be heard. Let me ask you something personal, and I want you to answer honestly, even if only within yourself for now. When was the last time you sat in silence and asked yourself who truly controls your inner world? Not your schedule, not your social life, but your thoughts when no one is watching. Your reactions when things do not go your way. Your intentions when you make choices that others will never know about. That is where the real story is written. Sufi teachers remind us that Satan does not attack strength. He exploits neglect. He does not overpower certainty. He feeds on confusion. And most importantly, he thrives where self-accountability is absent. That is why the heart must be guarded more carefully than anything else in life. People protect their homes with locks. They protect their phones with passwords. But how often do they protect their hearts from what quietly enters and stays? The heart was described as a sacred trust, a place meant for awareness, balance, and sincerity. When that balance is lost, life begins to feel heavy. Not because circumstances are always difficult, but because the inner compass is broken. Many people today are not tired because they work too much. They are tired because their hearts are constantly at war, torn between what they know is right and what feels easy, between what brings long-term peace and what offers short-term comfort. Here is something most people do not realize. Satan does not need you to abandon faith to succeed. He only needs you to postpone it. He only needs you to normalize neglect. He only needs you to believe that self-reflection can wait. And while you wait, the heart slowly hardens. Not overnight, gradually, until reminders feel annoying instead of comforting, until truth feels heavy instead of liberating, until silence feels uncomfortable because the heart no longer recognizes itself without noise. Now pause and reflect. When you hear words about inner purification, humility, and self-discipline, what do you feel? Resistance or relief? Because that reaction tells you more about your inner state than any label ever could. A heart aligned with awareness feels relief when reminded. A heart occupied by distraction feels irritated. This message is not meant to accuse. It is meant to invite you back to yourself, to invite you to examine what you have allowed to settle inside your heart over time. Because nothing enters the heart accidentally. Every habit, every belief, every attachment was allowed entry at some point. And if it was allowed in, it can be asked to leave. The Sufi reflection tells us of something profound. Satan was expelled from paradise outwardly, but his true ambition was always inward, not to rule places, but to influence hearts. And the only defense against that influence is awareness. Awareness of intention, awareness of reaction, awareness of the silent narratives we repeat inside ourselves every day. Ask yourself this, and I want you to answer it honestly in the comments if you feel ready. What distracts your heart the most? Is it pride? Is it anger? Is it comparison? Is it constant noise? Or is it the feeling that slowing down would force you to face things you've been avoiding? There's no wrong answer here. There is only truth. The heart becomes heavy when it carries what it was never meant to carry. Ego was never meant to sit on the throne of the heart. Envy was never meant to take residence there. Despair was never meant to define it. The heart was designed for clarity, not chaos. For balance, not burden. For remembrance, not restlessness. And here's a hopeful part, the part that changes everything. Just as neglect slowly hardens a heart, awareness slowly softens it. One moment of sincere reflection can undo years of distraction. One honest decision to return can weaken habits that felt permanent. One quiet moment of humility can create space where peace begins to breathe again. But it requires something rare in today's world. Stillness, the willingness to pause, the courage to look inward without excuses. Because the most difficult conversations are not the ones we have with others. They are the ones we avoid having with ourselves. Let me ask you another question, and this one matters deeply. If your heart were a place someone could visit, would it feel like a place of peace or a place of conflict? Would it feel welcoming or tense? Would it feel clear or crowded? Do not answer this based on how you want to see yourself. Answer it based on how you actually live, react, and choose when no one is applauding. The heart cannot serve two masters. It will always reflect what is prioritized. If distraction is prioritized, clarity fades. If ego is prioritized, humility disappears. If awareness is prioritized, everything else slowly aligns. This is not theory. This is lived experience. People who cultivate inner awareness do not escape challenges. They simply face them without losing themselves. Satan's greatest victory is not making people immoral. It is making them unconscious, unaware of their inner state, unaware of their motives, unaware of how far they have drifted from the version of themselves they once respected. And the moment awareness returns, his influence weakens. That is why this reflection matters. Not because it sounds deep, but because it demands responsibility. If Satan was expelled from paradise because of humanity, then humanity must decide whether it will honor that legacy or betray it. Not through grand gestures, but through daily inner choices. Before this video ends, I want to leave you with one final question, and I truly hope you answer in the comments, not for others, but for yourself. What is one thing you know you need to remove from your heart to experience peace again? Not 10 things, just one. Name it, acknowledge it, and let that awareness be the beginning of change. If this reflection made you pause, if it made you uncomfortable, or if it made you feel seen, share your thoughts below. Your words might be the reminder someone else needs. And remember, the heart does not need perfection to heal. It only needs honesty.